This week?
Not much really. I was here Monday and Tuesday. I had yesterday off, and I spent like 6 hours of that day at a casting that I know that I blatantly didn't get, which was like really annoying. And I think everyone else that went for the casting knew that it was going to be a long wait because one person had a packed lunch, most of them had a book or a magazine. What? I was left counting how many tiles were on the ceiling. My phone battery died, so I couldn't even sit there and just get text happy. I was just like...
just count the tiles on the ceiling. It's always a good one.
Yeah, and then I was working for the rest of the part of the day. But that casting, literally, it was awful, right?
What was it for?
It was for the new Cadbury's advert. And
oh, exciting!
It was just
what special talent are you supposed to be doing? Wiggling your ears or something?
No, right? This is so pants, yeah? I've gone in there after waiting ridiculously long to get in there, and they're like, "Hi, nice to meet you." I could tell straight away that the bloke hated me. You know when you can just tell by the way they look at you, what am I even going to go through with this? And then he's like, "Right, I want you to walk on the spot like you're walking the part of a dog." Do you know how hard that is? Like, seriously, when you walk on the spot, how do you make it look like you're walking? And I was like, will I actually be walking on the spot in the advert? And he was like, no, but there's not really much space in here. And I was like, well, I can walk. Do you really need to make me do it on the spot? Because I'm just going to look a bit silly. So then I was walking, felt like a right idiot. And then he was going to be, give it some shoulders. So I was like... And he was like, right, enough of that. After about 5 seconds, he was like, enough of that. You clearly can't walk. And then he's like, right, now sit on the floor, pretend to read this magazine, and I'm going to do different things, and I want to see all your different reactions. So I was like, okay, cool. So I sat down on the floor. He then threw a stuffed bird at me. And I was like, my reaction was, what are you doing? I'm going to slap you. Then, right, he was like, right, just carry on reading the magazine. It's like reading the magazine. Then he like blew up a balloon really fast, and it went like that. And I was like, my reaction again was, "What are you doing?" And then he was like, "Right, now the final thing." Oh, and then he made one like noise, and I was like, "Okay, this is really odd." Then the final thing was, he's like, "Right, for the final one, imagine, vroom, Santa Claus has just landed. Hello, little girl, I'm Santa Claus." And I was like, what reaction am I supposed to have? Like, or like, ooh, or so I was like, I think my reaction
was more scary, the fact that Santa Claus landed, or the fact he went, "Hello, little girl." I don't know what's more distracting.
My reaction was the same for everything. I was like that. Like, for everything, like a complete look of just disgust. Like, what am I doing here? You've thrown a bird at me. A wet soggy balloon's just landed by my knee, and now Santa Claus is here, but he's not really. What?
Oh my god!
So, yeah, it was awful.
And
as well, I think the agency hate me because I've recently only joined up with the agency recently, and they said to me, "Oh, I was like, oh, well, because on the books, it's all for, like, adverts and stuff like that. Yeah. So on the books, I'm down as being able to play, like, a young kid, because if I've got, like, minimal makeup and I dress like a little kid, then I suppose I can look like 17. But then they've also got me down as, oh, she can be a bit of a glamour person. So I rang them yesterday. I was like, so I gave this commercial, like, are they wanting a sexy girl in a bikini eating, like, you know, a twirl? Or do they want, you know, a little girl
with bunches?
Yeah, like, you know, or whatever. So what shall I wear? And they were like, just dress smart casual. What does that mean? Like,
so much help.
Do I do a full face of makeup or not? Like, do I tie my hair in a ponytail? Like, can you help me? And I think they were just like, okay, it's just a casting. Like, shut up and go away. And
but you need to know these things, because otherwise, you know, you don't know what, if they're looking for something specific, then you need to be able to.
Basically, it was just awful, and I know I didn't get it. And he was like, "We'll call you," and I was like,
"Oh yeah, you know that one." I think the most embarrassing casting I've ever had to do, actually, I think tops any casting anyone has ever done. I don't even, it was for some ad, but I couldn't even tell you what the ad was for because I can't even remember. It was something ridiculous. And they said I had to do a reverse, this is reverse striptease. So I had to start off in my underwear and get dressed. But no, it had to be done in a really geeky way, like I couldn't get the boots on and I get my head stuck through a pole neck. So basically I walked in and I was in my underwear and I wasn't really prepared to be in my underwear. So I was a bit like, thank God I've got matching. So I was like standing there and there's like 4 guys, you know what I mean? There's 4 guys with a camera and I was like, this doesn't look suspicious. So I'm standing there like, yeah, what do you want me to do? and there's just like all these random clothes. There's like Ugg boots, hats, tops, cardigans, polo necks, joggers, everything, all scattered on the floor. And they went, right, okay, what we want you to do, they were like, we're going to play some really hard, really loud rock music. So I was like, okay, cool. So they started playing, and they're like, what we want you to do is to start like picking up the clothes. And you've got to start off really sexy, but the more the more clothes I put on, I've got to start off really shy, don't really know what to do. And then the more clothes I put on, the sexier I become. So then by the end, when you've got like a hat, gloves, coat, you've got to be like all really like, sexy. And then I was putting the Ugg on, and he was like shouting directions. He was like, now get your foot stuck and pretend to fall over. And I was like...
It's horrible.
I'm hopping around with like no pants on, but like a top and Uggs, and I'm like trying to pull this boot on, like falling on the floor. It was just the most humiliating thing.
It's horrible, like, because you always just think like, what? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been for an embarrassing like job interview or something like that. If you have, text us in and let us know. TV at space and then your message to 81716. And also, guys, my phone is logged in from now, so if you want to give me a ring, do give me a ring. But I went for another one like about a month ago. They were like, oh, it's for a music video, and I was like, and they were like, oh, but it's not dodgy, you don't have to like shake your booty around the rapper. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll go then. So then I'm in the like waiting room, and I get it through the modelling agency, yeah. I'm in the waiting room, and there's people like warming up, like girls with like their leg up here, and I was like, uh-oh, like what? Like, and they're all like stretching, and I was thinking like, I turned up in my knee-high boots and jeans, and they're all wearing like leggings and leotards. I was like, and then I went in there was a chair and a hula hoop on the floor, and I was like, no. So then they're like, right, we want you to sit on the chair, and we need you to freestyle. And I was like, freestyle? And then they were like, so we need you to start off sitting down and dancing on the chair, yeah? Then get up, dance on the chair.
Dance on the chair?
Yeah. Then walk up to the centre of the room, get the hula hoop and hula around the room. So I was like, oh my God. So like, I sat on the chair, they then put the most off-key music I've ever heard on, yeah? And then they're like, right, start off by sitting down and dancing. So I was like...
Give me the nod, yeah.
Like, how do you dance sitting down, yeah? And then like got up and then like walked over to the hula hoop, put it over, hula for about 2 seconds before it fell down. They were like, no, pick it up. I was like... Tried it again, and they were like, dance with it. I was like, what do you want me to do? Go like this, do you know what I mean?
Spin it around.
I came out, and I like all the other girls coming out like really worn out. I came out and was just like, that was officially the worst. I rang the agency and I was like, why did you do that to me?
That's bad. I'd be so annoyed if they did that to me.
I was mortified.
Because surely they should say, can you hula hoop? Because, you know, you're just going to make a complete fool of yourself if you can't.
But as well, because there was like 6 guys and a woman who was just like... Like, I just, you know, and like the whole dancing sitting on the chair thing, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, give it some, like, you know...
Are you always sexy, or...? Like...
I know, like, am I supposed to be cool, or, like... You know, because that's the thing, I get in such a panic as well, like, can you give me some direction? Like, am I supposed to be, like, wriggling around the chair, or am I supposed to be, like... So I just didn't know. It was horrible.
That's embarrassing.
Yes, it was.
Okay, that could be nearly up there with the reverse striptease.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
When I came out, I phoned everyone, and they were just in hysterics.
I know. Last night, my best friend, when I told her about, I had a stuffed bird at me. She was like crying. She was like, "Oh my God, this is the funniest thing. Why did they throw a bird at you?" I was like,
what kind of response would you do though with the stuffed bird? You would just be like.
I was just like, what are you doing?
I'll pick it up and launch it back.
Oh my
Let's
God.
see your response.
See, I don't think I got that one. William says, good morning.